Hey guys, my name is John Bryant. I am a world racer for 2016 iSquad. I think we're third generation. We launched in August, and this is currently our month 2, our all squad month with Raul and Hope Church. If you're watching this video, that means that you guys are going to Greece for a few days. You're very lucky. It's an awesome trip. I am here to kind of explain to you what's going to be happening and give you some insight on what to expect on these days and kind of some information so you can decide whether or not you want to do this. So for us, when we did the Greece trip, this was in 2016, mind you, so that might have changed whenever you're watching this now, but it cost us $150 initially just to go on the trip. That was without a lot of other things. That was just the $150 got us there and covered our hotel and everything like that. And so I know that's a lot of money. That's like huge. That was a stretch for me, but it's Greece, and you're probably never going to be able to go to Greece again for $150. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding this. So how it worked out for me in terms of spending money, I spent the $150 on the initial payment, and then I think I spent about €50 in Greece for multiple reasons, but you'll hear that while I'm going through all this. First off is going to be the hotel comparison. Because of how big our group is, we can't all stay at the same hotel. And I just want to give you a heads up for the difference between the two hotels that we're staying in, because there's a relatively sizable gap and it's pretty much random selection of who gets in which one. So I'm going to explain to you now what it's going to be like, so there's no hurt feelings and there's no one upset at the other group that's in the other hotel, because one is noticeably nicer than the other one, but that's just kind of how luck of the draw is going to work for you. The first one is called the Animos Hotel. It's kind of apartment style. It is, each room sleeps 5. There you kind of walk in and it's like a living area, and there's 2 twin beds in there, and then a side room with a twin bed and a double, so that sleeps 5. You have a bathroom, a shower, and a little kitchenette with an oven, a sink, and a mini fridge, and a little like eating table, and then on the balcony there's a plastic table and some chairs. And if you're on the higher levels, you got a pretty nice view of the ocean, so it's awesome. It really is. Every morning you get a free complimentary breakfast. At least when we went, they were doing that, and it's very good. And you have sheets and pillows, and it comes with towels too, I believe. Now the other hotel also sleeps 5 people to a room, but that is 2 double beds and 1 cot. So 2 groups of 2 sleeping together, and then 1 person on the cot. These do have a bathroom as well, but it doesn't come with towels or hand soap or toilet paper or any of that stuff. There's no balcony. You can't really see the ocean from it. And there's no complimentary breakfast. So just right off the bat, some people are going to have it worse off than others, and that's just kind of how it works. You just need to focus on the fact that you're in Greece. It's awesome. It might be easy to get frustrated with that, but that's just kind of one of the things we live with when we do trips like this. So just be happy that Raul has set all this up for us, because it's a really incredible trip. Okay, moving on. Next is kind of the itinerary for what's going to happen during this trip. When we did it, and I'm assuming how Raul's going to do it, is, so when we started, we left late one night and just drove through the night to get there the next morning. We left on a Sunday night around probably 9, and we got there around 8:30 Monday morning. So I don't know if it's going to be a Sunday, Monday, but it'll probably be overnight the first night. Bring snacks, bring a pillow. I know you think that you can sit through the car ride and not spend any money on food, but the food at Penny is the cheapest food you're going to get for snacks, so just buy it here, bring a pillow, and then just sleep and eat the whole time, because it's going to be kind of a long trip. So we went overnight, go through 2 borders. Do not forget your passport before you start the car. Make sure everyone has their passport with them on their person. Not in their backpack, with you on your person, because you're going to need the passport. So we arrived the next morning around 8:30, and then we had some free time to kind of walk around the city. It's called Polychrona. It's very small. It's right on the water. It's beautiful. So you can kind of walk around and grab some coffee, sit on the beach for a little bit, get lunch, and then shortly after that Raul and the host will take you to a beach that's about 10 or 15 minutes away from Polychrono. It's called Galicia. It's beautiful as well. And so everyone that wants to go can do that. You don't have to go. You can stay and hang out in the city. But they'll take you there. Food is not provided. There's a lot of shops and restaurants around this beach. So you can lay out, play volleyball, tan, do whatever. And you can walk up to the shops, buy souvenirs, get dinner, and just kind of hang out. And it's really free form. Like, they drive you there and they pick you up, and that's it. Like, there's no structure. It's really great. So after that, you'll go home and you can either eat dinner at that beach or whenever you get back. And the rest of your night is free. You can do whatever you want. There's ice cream shops and all this stuff down by the water, so you can hang out. Your squad mates, it's really good. And the next morning is a little more free form of a day. You can either go to another beach that the host will take you to, or you can stay in the town and you can rent a vehicle. You can rent a boat, you can rent a scooter, you can rent a jet ski, you can rent an ATV. So that day is really to make your own. You can do whatever you want with it. When we went, I think the group left around 9:30 or 10 to go to this beach. A separate one from the first time around. This one was a little bit smaller, and it actually had some cliff jumping spots, which a lot of our group did, and they thought it was really fun. There's some really, really high spots to jump from, so it's a pretty cool experience if you want to do that. Me personally, I'm not a huge beach person. I had my flu the first day, so me and a girl from our squad split an ATV for the day. It cost, I think it was €40 for one day of the ATV, and then we put €10 in for gas. There was a €150 security deposit, but after you return it and there's no damage, you get that back. So it's kind of a zero cost kind of thing if you just treat it right. So at the end of that, we each spent $25 or €25, and we explored the mountains, the countryside, the cities for €25. And I spent probably 6 hours on that thing, and it was incredible. Probably one of the best memories I have. So if you're a beach person, go to the beach for some cliff jumping. If you're not into that, you can rent any one of those things and have an awesome time too. Make that day your own. That night is going to be on your own again. You can go to dinner, you can hang out with your friends, there's no structure. And then the next morning, I think we left around 11. We checked out 10:30 or so. And the drive back home takes a lot longer. Not a lot longer, but it takes longer because it's during the day and there's a lot more traffic, and obviously it's harder to sleep through it, so it's a little more difficult for everyone. We got back around 1 a.m., I think. We're all pretty tired, but the drivers, just thank them. They stay up all night the first time driving you, and then they spend 14 hours driving the second time around, so just thank them for all they do for this trip because it's incredible. So just to give you a heads up, Greece is a tourist country, or not a country, but a lot of the places are tourist attractions, and so it's not going to be nearly as cheap as things are here in Romania. So your food budget will be the same as if you were still in Dragonești, so your budget will not go very far. That's going to be a lot of your costs in Greece is buying food, because I wouldn't say it's quite American prices, but it's about the same. So when you're on the race, you're used to really cheap stuff, and this is going to be kind of a shock for you because it's pretty expensive. So a lot of the money that you spend in Greece is going to be on food. So I'll just go into it knowing that, and don't get upset when you see the food prices because, like I said, you're in Greece. Just kind of embrace it, dive into it, and don't worry about money, honestly, because in the end, it's probably going to be worth whatever you spend on it. Just a few tips. The first one I said was the snacks and the pillow. The next thing is at that first beach, Galicia, you have the whole afternoon there, and there is a gelato place up in the shops area. I think it's called Frigio, Fregio, and you can legitimately get a cone of gelato the size of your head for about $4 or €4. So do it. It's incredible. You're going to feel fat afterwards, but it's going to be worth it. So go there, first day, Frigio. Don't forget it, Fregio. Next thing, I just talked about how food's more expensive. The place that will save you in Polychrono, let's hope it's still open when you guys are watching this video, it's called Dr. Hunger. You can get a gyro for about €2.20, and I think it's really good. It's also very, very cheap, and it's the cheapest food you're going to find in our city. So if you're trying to save money, go there. And the third thing, one of the mornings that you are in Greece, wake up early and go watch the sunrise. You're probably never going to be in Greece again, or there's a very good chance you won't be in Greece again, especially not in this city. So wake up at 6 and go watch the sunrise on the beach. I promise you it's worth it. And that's all I have for you guys. If I could give you any advice on the Greece trip, is if you're on the fence about doing it or not, do it. Because you probably won't have this chance again, and it will never be this easy to go to Greece again. So if you're thinking about it, do it. You're going to love it.